Hello, it's Sonia here with the Pretty Stitch. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, I'm so happy to have you here. So today we are going to be making a cowl, and I have already made the cowl. I'm going to show you the sample. So for this pattern, you are going to be able to customize your cowl. So what I mean by that is you can make it as long as you would like or as wide as you would like. So you can see this one is a bit wide and it is a bit long. I do like a long cowl. And it's definitely, if you're thinking it's bright on camera, it is. This is like a neon pink. And then these colors are also on the brighter side as well. So this is very bright. But you do not have to make your cowl as long or as wide as mine. So if you would want one that's just, something that hugs your neck a little bit more, you can certainly feel free to do that. So this will just be a tutorial on how to, customize your own towel. So cowl. So it's like a recipe. So for my sample, I'm just using an H hook or a 5mm hook, and you will want to use two different colors. Now, actually, you could use even more colors. So what I mean by that, let me grab my sample here again. So here we go. So you can see this is my main color, this very bright pink. And then in between I had this multicolored. So if you wanted, you could have every time you would have the contrasting color be a different color if you would want. So this would make a really great stash busting project. So if you had just little bits of yarn and you needed a project to use it up, this would be a great one for that. But for this tutorial, we're just going to use the two different colors. So I have this blue, more mustard yellow. So why don't we get started with the blue here. So to make your cowl, what you'll need to do is you'll need to chain a multiple of 8, and then you will need to add 1. So if you did want to make your cowl like the one that I just showed you, I chained 177, but you don't have to chain, that long. I also used worsted weight yarn number 4. I'm sorry I don't know the brand of that yarn. It was some old stash that I had. I was just trying to use up. It's probably some type of acrylic, but I'm not sure what brand it is. And I used an eye hook or a 5.5mm hook. Now for this sample, I'm just using a 5mm hook. So as I said before, you're going to decide, what you'll want to do is decide what your main color is going to be. So we're going to use this blue. So as you saw in the sample I already made, that bright pink was my main color, and then you'll have your contrasting colors. So you'll want to chain a multiple of 8 and add 1. So for this sample, why don't we chain 41? Okay, so here I go. I have my 41 chains. So we're going to work on round 1 or row 1 / round 1. So we're going to turn this into a round, but it'll start off as a row. So in your second chain from your hook, you want to turn it over so you see the back bump of your chain. And we are going to work a single crochet in that second back bump. And we're going to continue to single crochet across, working in our back bump. So at the end of your row / round, your total needs to be divisible by 8. So at the end of this row here, I will have 40 stitches. So obviously, 40 divided by 8 is 5, so that works out. So you just want to make sure that your stitch count is divisible by 8. So I'm going to keep going here, and then I will meet you back. Okay, so here is my first row. So let's turn this into a round. So what I like to do is I just like to take my thumb and my index finger, just run it down like that, and then swing it around, and then we'll join with a slip stitch in that first stitch there. And now we have our first round, and then it'll gap a little bit there. So when you're finishing, just take your yarn needle, poke it in that first stitch, and then cinch it closed, and you're all taken care of. Okay, so let's work round 2. So let's chain 1, and we're going to single crochet in that stitch. So round 2 is very simple. We're just going to continue to single crochet all the way around for round 2. And then at the end of round 2, I'm going to change to my contrasting color. Okay, so here I am at the end of my round 2. I've got my contrasting color, my yellow here. I'm just going to finish off that last stitch, and then I'm going to join with my new color in my first stitch, And then we'll get ready for round 3. Alright, so now we're all set for round 3. So we're going to chain 1. We're going to single crochet in that same stitch. And I'm just going to single crochet in the next 3 for a total of 4. So I have my 4 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to work 4 more single crochet, but we are going to work in the back loops. So if you're not sure what the back loops are, so if you look, here's your stitch. It looks like a V. One leg, the other leg. So the leg that is closer to you, right here, that I'm pulling on, that's your front loop. The leg that is farther away from you, that is your back loop. That is where we want to work. So we're going to work 4 single crochet in the back loops. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're going to start our repeat here. So your next 4 stitches, you're going to work in both loops again. Single crochet. So 4 single crochet in both loops. And now we're going to work 4 single crochet in the back loops. And you're going to repeat that all the way around. So 4 single crochet in both loops, and then 4 single crochet in the back loops. And then you will join with a slip stitch in your first stitch, and then we'll get ready for round 4. And we're going to still be working with color, our contrasting color here. So I'm going to keep going here, working this repeat, and I will meet you back at the end of round 3. Okay, here is my end of my round 3. I'm joining with a slip stitch in both loops there, and so you can see those exposed loops around that we did, and we will use them soon. But now we're going to work round 4. So I'm going to chain 1, I'm going to single crochet in that same stitch, and I'm just going to single crochet all the way around for round 4. So far very, very simple. And this is a simple stitch pattern. It'll be, I would say, definitely suitable for a beginner crocheter. So I'm going to keep going here, working my single crochet all the way around for round 4, and I will meet you back. Okay, so there's the end of my round 4. At the end, we're going to pick up our color A, our primary color, main color, and we're going to pull through and finish off that stitch, because now we want to use color A for round 5. So I'm joining with a slip stitch and I am ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, and we're going to single crochet in that same stitch. We're going to single crochet in the next 3. So there we go. So now we are going to work in these unused loops here. So we're going to work a double crochet. It's like a long double crochet. Not hard, don't overthink it. So you're yarning over to work your double crochet, and you're going to insert your hook in that front exposed loop. Just like that. Just keep a nice relaxed tension, work that double crochet. There we go. And we're going to continue and work 3 more. So we'll have a total of 4. This is like a form of mosaic crochet. So if you've heard of mosaic crochet, didn't really know what it is, this is it. Very simple pattern with mosaic crochet, but still I think effective and looks really nice. Alright, so there we go. And now we're going to continue. We are going to work 4 single crochet. So now we're going to go back and we're going to work that 4 long double crochet in that exposed loop. So there we go. So this was the start of the repeat. So working the four single crochet, and then the 4 double crochet in that exposed loop. So you're just going to keep doing that all the way around. So here we go. We have our 4 single crochet. And now we're going to work the 4 double crochet. And with this stitch pattern, you can use a variety of hook sizes and yarn types. I think I said that earlier, I'm not sure. I wouldn't suggest fuzzy or furry yarn because you will not be able to really, I think it would be distracting with the stitch pattern. I mean, it could be effective, I guess, depending on what you used. But you really want to be able to see, you know, this. So keep that in mind with your yarn choice. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going, working my 4 single crochet, then my 4 double crochet in that exposed loop all the way around, and you will want to join, and we will not be changing colors yet. So just keep going, and I will meet you back at the end of my round 5. Okay, so I've completed round 5, so I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to single crochet in that same stitch for round 6. So this is round 6. And you're just going to work single crochet all the way around in both loops. And then at the end of your round 6, you are going to want to change to your other color. So I'm just going to keep going here, working my single crochet around, and I will meet you back at the end of round 6. This is the end of my round 6. You can see that I changed to my other color, and I'm going to join in the back loop of my first stitch to begin round 7. So I've joined in that back loop. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to single crochet in that same stitch in the back loop, and I'm going to single crochet in the back loop in the next 3 stitches for a total of 4 stitches in the back loop. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the back loop. So now I'm going to work 4 stitches in both loops. So it's the opposite of what we did for round 3. So now here begins our repeat. So 4 stitches in the back loop of single crochet, always working single crochet for almost all the rows, and then 4 stitches in both loops. And you're going to repeat that all the way around for round 7. So I'm going to keep going here, working my repeat, and I will meet you back at the end of round 7, and we will not be changing to our other color yet. So I will meet you back. Okay, so I completed my round 7. And I already joined with my slip stitch there to begin my next round. So we'll just chain 1. So for round 8, we are just going to work an even round. So that means you're just working 1 stitch in each in both loops, single crochet. And then at the end of round 8, I'm going to switch back to my main color. So I'm going to keep going here, just working my single crochet around for round 8, and I will meet you back. Okay, so I am all set to begin round 9 here. So I've already joined, I've got my other color. So now let's begin round 9. So we are going to chain 1, and now we're going to work a double crochet in these exposed loops here. So the 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like we did for round 5. So that first exposed loop, we're just going to work that double crochet. So it's just opposite of what we did for round 5, and then we're going to continue to work double crochet in the next 3, because this gives it a nice staggered effect with the colors, your blocks here. So there is my 4 double crochet in those exposed loops, and now we're just going to work 4 single crochet. And now we're ready for our repeat. So our repeat is going to be 4 double crochet in those exposed front loops. And then we're going to work 4 single crochet in both loops. And you're just going to keep doing that all the way around for round 9. So I'm going to keep going here, and I will meet you back at the end of round 9. Alright, so I have finished up round 9, and I already joined with a slip stitch to begin round 10. So round 10, you're going to chain 1, and you're going to single crochet in both loops all the way around for round 10. So what you're going to do for this pattern is you will be repeating rounds 3 through 10 for however wide you want your cowl. And you don't have to do a complete repeat. Like, let's say if you just wanted to have one more round of the contrasting color, you know, you can certainly do that. Your final round would just be a single crochet round, just so that you have symmetry. And the reason why we worked in the back bump is you can see the end of my round 10 here, like that, and that is the end of round. This is the bottom of round 1, working in the back bump. So when you compare the two, they look pretty similar, and that's why we do that. So let me go back to my sample here again. So here is the old sample. So for this sample, I did work 30 rounds altogether. So if you wanted to make a similar one, I did 30 rounds. And the nice thing with this pattern here is the wrong side, but I think it looks really nice too. So when you're wearing it, and you'll even see in the picture, so part of the wrong side obviously would be showing, but I think it looks really cute. I actually really like the contrasting here. So as I said before, just repeat rounds 3 through 10 for however wide you want your cowl, and then you'll join, and what you'll need to do is weave in all your ends. And if you need to block it, like I actually blocked this because I actually killed this yarn. This was some super stiff acrylic, and so what I did is I used some steam on it, and it really did help to you can kind of see it's definitely more relaxed, a lot more wearable, user-friendly. So just a little tip there. You don't have to do that with all yarns, but this one, she was a stiff one. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.